The book Tangerine is the book I chose for the speech, the video. Book speech video, something. But I actually really enjoyed this book. I read it in 7th grade with my class at the time, and it was, all in all, a really good book. I don't really have much complaints about it. To put it into perspective, I'm not much of a book person, and I wanted to go back and read this again. Now, that in and of itself has to be impressive, right? Ooh, book, doing book stuff. Making a dude who doesn't like books want to read it again. That's pretty cool. Now, the book itself is about a kid. I forget his name. It's been a while since I've read it. Paul Fisher, that's his name. And basically, he moves to a new town. In a town called Tangerine. I know. And what he does is, well, he's a soccer player. And another thing about the book, about the character Paul, is he has to wear these goggles that are like, well, they help him see. And all throughout the book, it hints on why he has those goggles, which, in my opinion, the flashbacks make it pretty good. And all in all, the different tones and settings of the book change drastically in a very interesting and cool way. Like, for example, at one part of the book, he's the new kid in the school. He's trying to get used to everything. And then the next, there's just a sinkhole out of nowhere. The ground opens up and eats half the school. And not to mention the mystery that is just through the book. Like, a bunch of robberies keep happening in the town Tangerine, which is caused by Paul's brother, whose name I also forget because it's been a while since I've read the book, and his friend who he's met through the football team. Speaking of Tangerine Town, Florida football team, Paul's brother met a kid through that football team, and Paul's dad doesn't actually focus on what Paul does when it comes to soccer and more focuses on Paul's brother with football. And throughout the book, there's this thing on his dad's computer called the Eric Fisher, that's his name, Eric Fisher Football Dream. It's just this weird folder full of colleges. And another thing about the book that made me really enjoy it is this. Throughout the town, there are just strange things happening. There's an orange grove near Paul's house that's just constantly on fire. And then this one guy's house keeps getting struck by lightning just constantly. And his way of preventing that is just cover the thing in lightning rods. Because if it wasn't a house, make it spiky. That made no sense. All in all, the book is amazing. It is one of my favorite reads to date. And there's just so much cool stuff going on in it. It's like I said, it's has so many different tones at so many different times. One point, he's the new kid. Next, the ground eats half the school. Next, a dude dies. Somebody gets murdered with a sock. Eric Fisher, Paul's brother, has his sock full of lead or something. He walks up behind this one dude, just bam! Right in the back of the head. Just dead. And the points up to it were just suspenseful and awesome. And the book itself had introduced so many characters in so many different settings. All in all, best book I've ever read. I could not recommend it any more than I am now. And I am looking forward to reading it again. I would actually really like to read this again. It was nice.